Hello and welcome to this short little video. We're just going to very quickly go into the Blender game engine, and we are going to, down here, start my display here so you can see what keys I'm pressing, and go to GLSL. So we're just going to have a look at how you do pickups and end game on collision. So I'm going to add a plane and scale it up by 10. I'm going to take my character here, my cube, and go GZ1. I'm going to make this cube dynamic so that it can move in our game. And I'm just going to open my timeline here and turn it into the logic editor. Now the cube is facing across here on the x-axis, so I'm going to say keyboard input, when I press the W key, we want motion, and the motion we want is positive on X, so I'll type in 0.1, and then I'll connect these together, and I will press P for the game engine, and I can't see anything. Let's go to wireframe mode just for simplicity, and when I press W, I move forward. Okay, so that's my character moving. Its collision at the moment is a sphere. I'm just going to change that to being a cube, so it's the same size as it, or same shape. Now I'm going to create another cube, and just so we can differentiate between the two, I'm going to go SX and make it nice and skinny, GZ1, and then I'm just going to drag it across here. So this is, and we'll go into material mode so we can see what it looks like. So what we're going to do is I'm going to make a couple of these things here. So I'll go Shift D and escape and move it to here. Actually, we'll do that. We'll move this one over to here. Now we'll call this exit, and we'll call this one number 1. And this is going to be my pickup. So I want this to disappear when it collides with the cube. So to do that, I'm going to give the cube a tag or a property. So I'm going to give it a tag. I'm going to call it player, all lowercase. And then I'm going to say, when I collide with an object that has the tag player, then end object, so make me disappear. Okay. So let's work on that. Let's go P, and we move on key, W, move forward, and disappears. Very good. Now, on my player, I'm going to say, actually let's give this a property, because we're going to do a score on this one. So we're going to call this coin. Again, it's just a tag. So I haven't changed what the property type is or given it any sort of value. So coin. So on my character here, I'm going to say, on collision with something that has the tag coin, we're going to add 1 to our score. So we're going to say property, add 1, and now we need a variable. So we're going to go add game property, which is a variable. We're going to make it an integer. We're going to call it score. And now we select which one of the ones we want to add the number to. So we're going to say score. So now when we collide with the coin, we're going to get 1 on our score, and we'll link them together. Now I want to check that that works. So in order to do that, I'm going to press this I button here, which is for debugging. And then up here in the game menu, I'm going to turn on show debug properties. So now when I press P up in the top left corner here, we'll see some text. So it says score equals 0. Now if I move forward, now score equals 1. So now I'm going to duplicate this. So I've hit Shift D and then escape, and I'll move it to here, and Shift D, escape, and then move it to here. So there's 3 of them. So if I press P now and I move forward, I've got a score of 1, 2, and 3. So now what I want to do is I want to say when I collide with this object here, I want to end the level, end the game. So so how I do that is I'm going to give this a tag, and we'll call it exit. Now the reason I'm going to put the logic on this here, because the score is also on this. So I want to say if my score is 3 and I collide with the exit, then the game is over. If I try and put the logic on the exit, I'll have to be communicating the score to the exit. It just makes it a little bit more complicated. So this has a tag called exit. So on my character now, I'm going to say if I collide with exit, and if I have a property, and the property is score, and if it is greater than 2, so both of these things we want to be true. So we're going to say and we're going to link both of them in. So it's not sufficient for just one of them to be true. So if I collide with this and I haven't got the score, it won't work. Or if I have the score but I don't collide with this, it won't work. So both of these need to be true. And the thing I want to happen when it's true is I want to go to game, and I'm going to go quick game and link these two together. So I'm going to press P to go into the game engine, and now I'm going to move forward. Score of 1, score of 2, score of 3, and now when I collide with this, it should end game. And now I'm back out into the editor. Now let's see it working or not working. So I'm just going to move this out of the way and press P and play the game. So now I've got a score of 1, a score of 2, so my score is not greater than 2. So now I can collide all I want with my exit, but the two inputs are not true, so my score is not greater than 2. So now we'll move this guy back and press P again just to see it work. So I've got a score of 1, 2, and 3, so that part of the input is true. Now when I collide with this, the game is over. Okay, so that's it for now. This is just to show you how to finish up your game. If you have any questions or queries, you can always send me an email. Thanks. Bye.